Hello readers, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a really hectic video, super ambitious because I've decided to join 4 readathons for this month of June, and I don't know how well that's gonna go, and 14 books in total, so we'll see how I do. Anyways, I am super excited about these because I love readathons. I took May as like just a month off of readathons because it came a moment when I was just like, I can't do this anymore, I cannot plan TBRs, I cannot keep myself going with the same thing in TBR, and just like, I'm a mood reader, so I like to switch things up. But I do have books that I want to read, and I do have books that I want to review, and that I have to review because I got from NetGalley. Here we are with 14 books, 4 readathons, and a really big pile of TBRs for the month of June. The readathons that I'm going to be participating are Make Your Myth Taker. All of the announcements for these are going to be down below, so if you're interested you can just go ahead and click it and you'll have all of the information that you need to join. So that's going to be the first one. The next one is going to be Septimus Self-Care Readathon. I love this girl from Septimus Snape. She's amazing, she's super adorable and cute, and I am super excited and pumped to be participating in this one. Also, because it's Pride Month, I wanted to do a readathon related to that, and I found this one called Gays Gone By, and it sounds just like so much fun. I really enjoyed the prompt that they had set up, and I found books that I think will go perfectly for this and that I am super excited to read. And then the last readathon that I want to join is the Feel Goodathon, which is kind of like Septimus Self-Care Readathon. It's just all about taking it easy, having fun, enjoying yourself, taking care of yourself, and just feeling good. So that's why I really want to join that as well, because I feel like with those two I can be a little bit more gentle with myself and not be putting myself into so much pressure and just kind of have fun with that. So yes, I'm going to be talking about the books that I'm going to be planning for each readathon. So let's get started with the hashtag Make Your Myth Taker. I am so in awe of all of the preparations for this readathon. They took a little bit of inspiration from the Bookie Trials that Rachel Marie hosts. I love that. That was my very first readathon and the reason why I discovered BookTube. So I'm super excited to join this one as well. And you kind of have to make your character, and I want to be a witch because that just sounds cool. And so the path that I want to take is the sorcerers, and I need to do I need to read 4 books, each one with a prompt. And the thing about this is that you cannot change your TBR and you cannot double up. So I think this is going to be the most strict of all of these, but I think a lot of fun. So the first one is featuring an animal. And for these, I decided to do something that I've been wanting to read for a really long time, The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. It's a poem, and I got a really cool illustrated edition on Kindle, so I am super excited to read that. Look at those. They look really cool, and it's something that I just have to read at this point. My dog is eating, I'm sorry for the noise. The next one is Read a Book with a Foiled Cover. I found one that I've been wanting to read for a really long time, and I found it for free on Amazon for Kindle, so if you wanted this book you can check it out because it was for free. It's called A Pinch of Magic by Michelle Harbison, and it's got this really beautiful gold foil banner around the whole cover, and it just sounds like such a fun, light, beautiful read that I think I'm gonna be needing throughout the month, to be honest, because it's gonna be hectic. The next prompt that I have to follow, featuring a magic battle, and I actually do not have a book for these. I am still looking. Guys, future me here, I actually posted on Twitter that I didn't know what to read for the Make Your Myth Taker readathon, and they responded and they were like, we have a document with like a bunch of recommendations. And I felt so stupid. It's like, why didn't I thought of that? Of course they do, like a bunch of readathons do that. Anyways, for the featuring a magic battle, I decided to go for The Library of the Unwritten. I cannot believe this is in there because I've been wanting to read this for a really long time, and maybe it's a little bit long, I am not quite sure, but I am so excited to read this that I don't care, I'm gonna read this. So just because you cannot like change your TBR once you're done with that, I just want to make clear that that's going to be my TBR for Make Your Midtaker. Then the next one is occult themes. I thought I will read some Stephen King. This is Salem's lot. I have not read these, and I am trying to read at least one Stephen King book every single month. So that will also accomplish that, which is super exciting. First of all, Salem's lot, witchy name, and second of all, it's got vampires on it, and I cannot wait to see Stephen King's take on vampires. I think that will be really cool. The next readathon, like I said, is for Septimus self-care readathon, and she's got some really beautiful prompts. She has this like bingo card. The only thing that I'm not going to be doing is to reread, which is the first prompt, to reread a book which makes you extremely happy. I'm not going to be rereading for any of the readathons. I have so many books to read that I don't want to reread stuff right now. Like I just really want to focus on tackling my TBR basically. For this readathon, most of the prompts are things like pampering yourself, like take a bath while you're reading, or do a face mask while you're reading, which is something that I always do, like this type of like self-care pampering are things that I just love doing while reading, so I don't think that's gonna be a problem. And there's not a lot of prompts for the books themselves, so I picked 3 that I actually got from NetGalley, and they are coming out this month, so I want to read them, review them, and you know, just enjoy them. And I think they sound really cool, and I'm actually super excited to read them. The first one is the Aria of Galvanize by Wilde Page. I am super excited to read this. This sounds so cool, and also sounds like it's gonna be like action-packed and filled with enigmas and mystery and kind of cyber humans, so I am really excited to read this one. Next book that I really want to read for this readathon is Wire Wing by Wren Handman, I think. The cover for this is just absolutely stunning and gorgeous, and the idea of this also sounds really interesting, and I cannot wait to read this and like completely know what is going on, because I also think this is going to be filled with really cool ideas, so I'm excited for that. And then I want to read the books from like a trilogy. The third book is coming out, and I want to read the first 2. This is the series called Lady Astronaut by Robinette Kowal. Hopefully I'm pronouncing her name right. I always butcher authors' names, I'm so sorry, but I am planning, and hopefully I will be able to read the first 2 books in the trilogy. The first one is The Calculating Star, and the next one is The Faded Sky, and then the one that is about to come out, I got the third one in NetGalley, which is the one that is about to come out, and I am so excited to read that. But first I need to read those 2 books, so that is what I'm planning to read for the Septima self-care readathon. Next readathon that I want to participate in is The Gaze Gone by readathon, and this is going to take place from the 8th of June to the 14th of June, so the second week of the month I'm gonna be doing this one. I am super excited. Also, I am reading all authors that I have not read from before, which is going to be kind of really cool. And obviously all with themes in the I can do this, hold on, LGBTQ plus community. I did it. I don't know why I can say that, like it takes so much concentration for me to say it. But I am super excited about this one. There are 9 prompts for this, and if I read 3 books I will be able to complete those. I'm going to be reading Maurice by E.M. Forster. I've been wanting to read his work for a really long time, and I am so excited to finally read this one. He actually didn't publish this while he was alive. He asks for it published after he was dead because he was afraid of the repercussions of having a gay couple in the book. So I think that will be really interesting to read. This will be completing 3 different prompts. The first one is set written before the 1900s. The other one is a book you've been recommended. I got this kind of recommended, not directly, but I saw a tweet on Twitter and that recommended reading this, and I was like, yes, great idea. And then books set outside of your country. I live in Mexico, so definitely outside of my country. The next book that I want to read is The Secret Diaries of Miss Anne Lister. This will be, I think in the book, obviously it's her diaries, and she talks about being a lesbian in them, among other things, but I think that's the important part for this readathon. And with that, we will be accomplishing the prompts for non-fiction, again said or written before the 1900s, own voices author, a book on a host TBR, and that's it. And then the third and last one for this readathon will be Under the Udala Trees. And I'm not even going to try to say his last name. I'm not gonna butcher it again. So that's the third book that I want to read, and this will accomplish the rest of the prompts that I'm missing, which is book by a POC author or about a POC character, rainbow stack book, which is like a pretty book that you can like make a rainbow in your bookshelves. This one has a gorgeous orange spine, so that will help with that. And then set or written in the 20th century, and it's also a book on house TBR. So that will be what I am going to be reading the second week of the month for Gays Gone By readathon. And the last readathon is the Feel Goodathon, hosted by Jess from Jess Nevertheless. Again, everything will be down below if you're interested to join any of the readathons that I'm talking about. But this actually has a ton of prompts. It has 10 prompts related to the books that you have to read, and then 10 prompts to do like a little bit of self-care. And the idea of this is that you have the perfect day, but like throughout the month with all of these prompts. And for this readathon, I'm going to be reading 3 books, and with these books, I'm going to be able to cover most of the prompts, except for one. Like I said, I'm not going to be rereading anything, and the one that I'm not going to be completing will be Reread an Old Fabe, because again, I just have so many books in my TBR that right now I don't want to be doing rereads. So I have 3 books that I'm excited to read. One is A Face Without a Heart by Rick R. Reed. This is a kind of like a modern take of The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. How cool is that? This is actually coming out on the 1st of June, so if you're interested, you should totally check that out. I am really excited to be reading it. I got the ARC for the book, I got it at NetGalley, and I cannot wait to read it and review it because it sounds like so much fun. You guys know I love Oscar Wilde. He's one of my absolute favorite writers of all time, so I am really excited to see what this author does by, you know, kind of taking The Picture of Dorian Gray and making it just like a modern thing. I'm excited for that. It goes really well with Pride Month, so that just works perfectly with this. And the prompts that I will be accomplishing by reading that will be read a short book. I think this is kind of short. It's under 300 pages. For me, that's a pretty short book. A book containing your fave trope. I'm thinking this as my fave trope because it's when authors take like classics and they take inspiration from that. For example, right now I am reading The Silence of the Girls by Pat Barker, and I am just loving this so much. Basically, she took inspiration from the Iliad and Homer, and what she did is she wrote all of those stories from the point of view of the woman, especially one that was like given as a trophy to Achilles, and she's telling her story, and I'm just living for this so much. So I think I'm gonna enjoy that one. Anyways, the next one that I'm finally reading will be Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. I am so excited. This is a highly known, popular, beloved book that I am so happy to read finally. And with this, I will be accomplishing the prompts of a book you have high hopes for. I definitely have high hopes for this one because everyone loves it, and I'm really hoping that I do as well. And with a host fave book, this was, I forgot, I was actually just like going through all of the host's favorite books, and as soon as I saw that, I was like, I need to read that. So yeah, but I'll pop the image right here so that you know whose favorite book this is. So that will also be covering that. And then read a book younger, you would have loved. Yes, younger me would have been all over this book. And I am really sad that younger me was not aware of booktube, because I would have totally jumped into the train of this, and I think I would have loved it, and I'm really hoping that I still really love it. And the last and final book that I'm going to be reading for this feel-good-a-thon and for the whole TBR pile that I'm putting myself in is the 6th book in a series of unfortunate events by Lemony Snicket. I love these books. I am living for these books. They're fantastic. This one will also cover with a short book, and then finish or continue a series you've started, and then body read a book with a friend. I am hoping that my friend would want to body read this with me. That is my huge pile. I mean, it's only 14 books, and I think that's about the amount of books that I'm reading. I am trying to read more, and I've noticed this past month, in May, that I was not blogging, and because I was not doing any read-alongs or readathons, and so I was not blogging, and I think I've been reading less. So hopefully by, you know, joining in, making a TBR and blogging about the stuff that I am reading, participating, and just like communicating with other people, and just like being on Twitter, like sharing my progress with the read-along, hopefully it will make me read more and accomplish all of my goals for this month. I am so excited. I'm gonna be trying out, or I'm gonna be reading a ton of authors that I have not read before, which I think is a great thing. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, congratulations, because I think this has been such a hectic and insane video. Tell me if you are participating in the readathons, because I'm actually really excited. And what else? Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. What are you guys reading for this next month? Do you have a TBR video? Because I would actually really enjoy watching it. And please don't forget to subscribe. Hit that subscribe button to get more of my bookish content and book reviews. And yes, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you readers on my next video. Bye. Oh, this is awful lighting.